Hello my friends, welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. Mars, the commander-in-chief of all the planets, will be leaving its own sign Scorpio and it will enter the 9th sign Sagittarius, which is ruled by none other than Jupiter, on Jan 16, 2022. And it will stay in that sign for a little more than a month. So it becomes very important to see the effect of this transit on all the 12 moon or ascendant signs, because my predictions are mainly based on your moon or ascendant sign as per Vedic astrology. And if you don't know those signs, then you can just go to an online Vedic birth chart calculator, plug in your details, and you should be able to get your moon and ascendant sign. And then you can click on the time that corresponds to your moon or ascendant sign, as I have posted the timestamps in the description box below. So without further delay, let's get started and take a look at the first sign in the zodiac, which is Aries. Alright, for the first sign in the zodiac, which is Aries. So my Aries friends, Mars is the lord of your sign, meaning it is the lord of your ascendant. And the lord of your ascendant will be transiting to the 9th house, meaning your destiny and luck is going to get stronger. Your bhagya is going to start supporting you more. For those students wanting to pursue higher education in a foreign land, things are looking bright for them. And for those students who are already in a foreign country, they can expect a lot of progress in their respective fields. From the 9th house, Mars will aspect the 12th house. Again, it is a beautiful combination because that aspect will fall on the sign Pisces, which is again a friendly sign for Mars. So the combination of pursuing higher education in a foreign country, the possibility of relocating permanently to a foreign country. It could be for a job, or it could be with family, or it can be for any other reason. But things are looking very good in matters related to foreign lands. And if you're running a business which has dealings with foreign lands, then also you might benefit from this transit. From the 9th house, Mars will aspect the 3rd house. But that aspect you need to be a bit careful because it will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. Mars is not a big fan of Gemini because it is ruled by its enemy planet Mercury. So you need to be careful in your short distance journeys. You need to be careful in communication with your younger siblings. Do not get into unnecessary arguments. You have to be careful when you are working out. Make sure that you get a proper trainer or you know the proper techniques before doing weightlifting, or that could lead to some issues such as shoulder or neck injury. So you have to be careful of that. Finally, Mars will aspect the 4th house, and that aspect will be a very positive one because it will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. However, Mars aspect will get debilitated because Mars gets debilitated in the sign Cancer. However, Mars does consider Moon as a very good friend. So the effect will be neutral to somewhat positive. So as long as you put in the effort to maintain your relationship with your mother, then your relationship will get better if there were any misunderstandings in the past. All those things will start slowly resolving now. Now is the time to not suddenly invest in a new house. Now is not the time to invest in real estate. Now is not the time to suddenly buy a new vehicle or luxury items because the aspect is debilitated. So as long as you are a bit careful and just take it easy, then your time is looking to be very good. and you will slowly start feeling more relaxed as well, because the Lord of your ascendant Mars, the ruler of your sign, is going to be very positively placed, because it is going to be very comfortable in the sign Sagittarius, because it is ruled by its friendly planet Jupiter. So overall, this transit of Mars is going to be very auspicious for you. So I wish you all the best. All right, for my second sign, Taurus. For my Taurus friends, Mars will be transiting in your 8th house, in the sign of Sagittarius. So, since Sagittarius is a good and friendly sign for Mars, you can expect improvement if you are in the field of research, if you are in the insurance field, if you are into the investigation field, if you are any science related field, you can expect some good progress in these areas. You might suddenly develop an interest towards occult studies. You might go on some long distance journeys. From the 8th house, Mars will aspect the 11th house, and that will be the sign Pisces. So that is an excellent aspect, because Pisces is again a friendly sign for Mars. So you might start getting gains from multiple sources of income. Your elder siblings might start to support you more. You will start to build your social network. They will come out in support of your decisions. You will start to be more recognized in your social network. Your long-term wishes might slowly start getting fulfilled. Mars will then aspect the 2nd house. This is where you need to be a bit careful, because that aspect will be on the enemy sign Gemini, which is ruled by planet Mercury. Mars is not a friendly planet towards Mercury. So be careful of your bank balance, in the sense, if you get any gains, do not suddenly invest that in anything risky, or you might face losses. Be careful of the food you eat. Be careful of what you drink, because 2nd house is related to the food and drinks. And so we need to be careful of what we are eating, because eating too much of junk food or doing anything in excess will not be good for the health. Also, be careful in communication with your extended family members. Do not get into arguments with them, or that could lead to some issues. Mars will then aspect your 3rd house as well, and that will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So you can expect some progress in your communication, as in the sense, if you are in the field of marketing, sales, any public facing role, politics, then you will benefit. You might suddenly get an interest to start working out, to go and join a new gym. You might feel very motivated to do that. Your self-effort will start to increase. Your valor, your courage will start to increase. You will feel more powerful in any decision that you take. Your relationship with your younger siblings will also get better. You might go on an outing with them. You might go on a nice hike or an adventure or a short distance journey with them, which will increase your bond. And there will be a lot of peace and harmony. So overall, this transit is looking to be good for you, my friends. So I hope you use it wisely. Thank you. All right, for my 3rd sign, Gemini. So my Gemini friends, Mars will be transiting to your 7th house in the friendly sign Sagittarius. So Mars can give you the drive to suddenly start your own business, to maybe get into a business partnership. A lot of enthusiasm will be uplifted in your married life. There will be sparks of romance reignited. You might go with your beloved to a nice outing, maybe to a restaurant, maybe to a nice picnic or a candlelight dinner. So romance is going to be heavy. However, just be careful of your temper. Do not get too aggressive or do not get into arguments with your spouse or business partner, or that could lead to some issues, because Mars is a very hasty and fiery planet. So you just need to be careful of the fire element. From the 7th house, Mars will aspect your 10th house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Pisces. So you can expect some good progress in your job and profession. Your co-workers and colleagues will start supporting you more. Your bosses will start recognizing your hard work. If you don't have a job, you might get the inner zest to keep applying, to give interviews, and you might be very successful in landing a good and decent job. And your recognition in your workplace will keep going up. From the 7th house, Mars will also aspect your 1st house, that is your Lagna, which would be the sign Gemini itself. But now, here is where you need to be a bit careful, because Mars does not consider Gemini to be a friendly sign, since it is ruled by the enemy planet Mercury. So just be careful a bit of your temper. Do not get too aggressive. Do not get into arguments. Do not take any decisions without thinking things through. If you drive a car, be careful when driving that vehicle. Do not speed and drive. Be careful of your health. If you have any health issues, do not ignore those. From the 7th house, Mars will also aspect your 2nd house. 2nd house is the house of wealth. It is the house of your bank balance. And Mars aspect will be debilitated, although it will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So you can expect somewhat of a medium to slightly positive effect there. So as long as you are wise with your money, you shouldn't face any major issues in your bank balance and savings. Your relationship with your extended family will also be good. However, you still cannot, or you shouldn't get into arguments with them, or that could lead to issues. Also be a bit careful of what you eat, what you drink, because 2nd house is related to the food we eat and the drinks we drink. So as long as you're careful of these things, do not do anything in excess, then this transit will be good for you. So I wish you all the best. All right, for my 4th sign in the zodiac, which is Cancer. So my Cancer friends, Mars will be transiting to your 6th house in the friendly sign Sagittarius. Mars is also a Yoga Karaka planet for you guys, because it rules a trine and a center house. So Mars is a very key planet. When it enters the 6th house, it will help you to win over your competitors. It will help you to fight off any diseases. It will help you to start repaying any loans that you had taken. It will also motivate you to work hard in your daily routine job. It will give you that zest. It will give you that enthusiasm to get up every day and go to work. So your daily work routine will also improve. From the 6th house, Mars will aspect the 9th house, and that will be on the friendly sign Pisces. So your luck and destiny will also get stronger day by day. You might suddenly become more spiritual or religious. You might go on a holy pilgrimage. You might start applying to PhD or master's programs in foreign countries. And if you're already in a foreign country, then you will get a lot of success if you're pursuing a PhD or a master's program. Luck will be with you, but you have to put in the effort and hard work. From the 6th house, Mars will aspect the 12th house, and that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. That is where you need to be a bit careful, because Mars does not really like the sign Gemini because it is ruled by the enemy planet Mercury. So be careful with your investments. Be careful with your money. Do not spend unnecessarily, or there could be heavy losses or too much expenses. Also, do not ignore any health issues, because 12th house is related to hospitalization. So, if you don't feel well, then make sure to get the proper help ASAP and don't delay in such matters. From the 6th house, Mars will also aspect the 1st house, meaning your lagna, your body, your ascendant. And that will fall on the sign Cancer itself, which is a beautiful combination because Mars considers Moon as a friend. So your aura will get very powerful. You will come across as a very strong personality. People will start admiring you more. People will start recognizing your talents. If you are in any public facing role or job, then you are going to be the highlight or the center of attention, because you will have that commanding aura and respect because of Mars aspect on your lagna. So overall, this transit of Mars is looking to be very good for my Cancer friends. So I hope you use this wisely to your advantage. All right, for my 5th sign, which is Leo. For Leo people, Mars will transit to your 5th house. And it will transit to its friendly sign Sagittarius. So it is a beautiful combination. If you are single, then this is a chance that you might come across someone that you potentially want to get into a relationship with. And that person might be very dominant. They might have a kind of an aggressive personality. It might be due to the effect of Mars. Romance might be in the air. Also, if you have children, then your relationship with them is going to get better. There is going to be a lot of energy, a lot of exchange of ideas. There might be some nice adventure outings. If you had invested in the stock market in the past, you might start seeing some gains. Money flow might start jumping. From the 5th house, Mars will aspect the 8th house, which will fall on the friendly sign Pisces. So there are some people who might take long distance journeys, go on maybe like a cruise, and they will have a really nice time. Some people might get interested in occult studies like astrology, psychic readings, astronomy. Those people who are into research related fields, investigation type fields, they will also benefit from this transit. From the 5th house, Mars will aspect the 11th house, but that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. So that is where you need to be a bit careful, is do not expect a lot of money flow coming your way from multiple sources of income, because Mars will aspect the 11th house of gains. So although you might see investments from the stock market that you had made in the past, do not expect to get gains from a lot of different sources of income, because Mars might try to block that. You have to be careful in dealing with your elder siblings. Do not get into arguments with them. Do not get into disputes with them, because the time is not favorable. From the 5th house, Mars will also aspect the 12th house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So 12th house is related to expenses. So even though you might have expenses, they might go in something that you enjoy. It could be on vacations to foreign lands. It could be on shopping. It could be going to a nice restaurant. It could be going to a picnic. So even though there might be expenses, it might be in something that you are enjoying or getting joy out of. Also, 12th house is related to hospitalization. So those who are suffering from any long-term diseases might slowly start to get some relief, because Mars aspect on the 12th house will provide some support in that as well. So this transit is going to be good for the Leo friends. So I hope and wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos. Alright, for my 6th sign in the zodiac, Virgo. So my Virgo friends, Mars will be transiting in your 4th house in the sign Sagittarius. So Mars is the natural Karaka of the 4th house. So you will see a lot of progress in 4th house related matters. If there were any misunderstandings with your mother in the past, then things might slowly start improving for the better. If you wanted to buy a house, if you wanted to invest in real estate, if you wanted to sell your house, then also you might see a good progress in those fronts. Some people who wanted to buy a new vehicle, they might make that move, or they might choose to purchase that vehicle, because Mars is going to provide a lot of support in that area. From the 4th house, Mars will aspect the 7th house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Pisces. So there might be a sudden spark in your marriage, and there will be a lot of enthusiasm. Married couples might go on some nice romantic outings and get to spend more time with each other. And the romance is going to be in the air. Also, if you are in any business partnership, then your relationship with your business partner might improve. There might be more effective communication. Just make sure do not sign anything without reading things through, because Mars is a hasty planet. It is a fast-moving planet. It is a fiery planet. So you just need to be cautious before you take any decisions. Mars will also aspect the 10th house, and that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. This is where you need to be a bit careful, is in your job and profession. Do not suddenly change jobs if you are in a good job. Do not get into arguments with your co-workers and your bosses. Instead, keep it low-key, keep working hard, and stay focused, and you will do great. Also, if you are not having a job and you are applying to jobs, then I recommend keep applying. Do not give up, because the time will eventually change. But right now it is a bit sensitive due to the aspect of Mars on the 10th house. Mars will also aspect the 11th house, and that will be the sign Cancer. And that will be a very friendly aspect because Cancer is a friendly sign for Mars. So you might suddenly start to get gains from multiple sources of income. Your social network will start supporting you more. Your relationship with your elder siblings will start to improve. Your long-term wishes might slowly start getting fulfilled. So these are some of the good things that this transit can bring for you. So I wish you all the best. All right, for my 7th sign in the zodiac, which is Libra. So for Libra, Mars will be transiting in your 3rd house in the friendly sign Sagittarius. So Mars is a natural Karaka of the 3rd house, meaning self-effort, courage. So your self-effort will start going up. Your courage will start increasing. You will be very bold in any decisions that you make. You will start working very hard towards your goals, your ambitions, your desires. You might even join a gym, start working out, get on a new workout program. Your relationship with your younger siblings will slowly start to improve. If there were any misunderstandings in the past, then slowly they might go away. Your communication skills will be very upfront, and it will be very powerful for those people in sales, marketing, politics, any public-facing role. They will benefit from this transit. From the 3rd house, Mars will aspect the 6th house. Again, Mars is a Karaka of 6th house because it is a natural significator. So it will fall on the friendly sign Pisces, meaning you will now be able to face your competitors and win over them. You might be able to start repaying any loans that you had taken in the past. Your daily work-life routine will start getting better. You will get the courage to face any health issues. And Mars might help you to try and find the right help for you so that your health issues get better. Also, Mars will aspect the 9th house, and that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. This is where you need to be a bit careful, is do not make decisions based on luck. If you make decisions solely based on luck, you will suffer a loss. For example, investing randomly in a stock in the stock market, that is kind of based on luck without doing any research. Well, if you do that, then you are exposing yourself to a risk because there is a high chance of loss, because the aspect on the 9th house is going to weaken your house of luck. So your luck is going to be a little low. So have more dependence on your self-effort rather than luck. From the 3rd house, Mars will also aspect the 10th house, but that will be on the friendly sign Cancer, and that will do wonders for your job and profession. If you were feeling stagnated in your job, then suddenly things might start changing. There might be more excitement in your work routine. You might get promoted. You might get a bonus, a salary increment. You might get transferred to another department that you always wanted to work in. Those who don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying. Put in all your hard work and effort, and there is a very good chance you might land a good job. So a lot of things are looking very positive for my Libra friends. So I wish you all the best. All right, for my 8th sign, Scorpio. So my Scorpio friends, Mars will be transiting in your 2nd house in its friendly sign Sagittarius. So your bank balance might start jumping. Your savings might start going up. You might get on a nice family reunion with your extended family. You might eat lots of good food, lots of good and tasty food, and you might go to a nice picnic or a nice restaurant with your family. So these are some good things that will take place. From the second house, Mars will aspect the fifth house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Pisces. So if you're single, suddenly you might come across someone that you start liking. Romance might be in the air. If you had invested in the stock market in the past, then you might start seeing some gains. Also, if you have any children and there were any misunderstandings in your relationship with them, then things might slowly start to improve. You might go on some nice adventure, outdoor activities with them. So a lot of positive things will start happening in your fifth house related matters. Mars will then also aspect the eighth house, but that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. This is where you need to be a bit careful. Do not speed and drive. Do not ignore any health issues. Do not get angry and get into arguments with anyone. If you follow these guidelines, then you will be fine. From the second house, Mars will also aspect the ninth house. And that house is a trine house. It is a very auspicious house. And the aspect fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So your destiny and luck will slowly start supporting you more. For those people wanting to pursue higher education in a foreign country, it will be a good time to start looking at that. For those students who are already in a foreign land, getting their PhD or master's program, they will have a lot of luck and support in those areas. But they will still need to work hard and do a lot of self-effort. But that will definitely pay off. Some people might even become very spiritual or religious. Some people might go on a holy pilgrimage. So a lot of these good things can start happening. So overall, this transit is looking to be very good for my Scorpio friends. Also, since Mars is the ruler of your sign, you are going to largely benefit from this transit. So I wish you all the best. All right, for my ninth sign, Sagittarius. So my Sagittarius friends, Mars will be transiting in your first house, in the ascendant, in the Lagna. So your courage is now going to start improving. Your aura is going to be powerful. People are going to start to notice you more. You're going to have a commanding personality. From the first house, Mars will aspect the fourth house. And Mars is the natural Karaka of the fourth house. So, if there were any misunderstandings in your relationship with your mother, those might slowly fade away. You might buy a new car. Some people might buy a new house. Some people might sell their house. People who are in the real estate business will benefit from this transit. From the first house, Mars will aspect the seventh house directly. But that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. That is why you need to be a bit careful in your married life. Do not get into arguments with your spouse. Do not get into arguments with your business partner, because that could lead to issues. Do not blindly sign any documents in your business, or any documents for that matter. But if you're careful in these areas, then it won't be an issue. Finally, Mars will aspect the eighth house, but that aspect will be on the friendly sign Cancer. So those people who are in a research type role, they will benefit. They will see progress. Some people might get interested in occult studies. Some people might go on long distance journeys, maybe like a cruise. There is a chance you might suddenly get unexpected money your way. It could be through inheritance, the stock market, lottery, because 8th house is related to sudden unexpected gains of money. So there is a good chance it could happen. Not that you should invest in the stock market, because I always forbid people from investing in risky things. It is better to invest in only safe things, because hard-earned money should never go waste. You should instead try to save it and use that money wisely. But overall, this transit of Mars is looking to be excellent for my Sagittarius friends. So I wish you all the best. Alright, for my Capricorn friends, Mars will be transiting to your 12th house in the friendly sign Sagittarius. So you can expect to get some gains from foreign lands, especially if you're running a business. Also, for people who are maybe suffering from long-term health issues, they might get a bit of relief from this transit of Mars, because 12th house is related to hospitalization. There might be expenses as well, but those expenses might go in things that you enjoy, like maybe a vacation to a foreign country, or maybe like shopping, or going to a movie, going to a nice restaurant. So these expenses might go towards something that you enjoy. From the 12th house, Mars will aspect the 3rd house. That will be on the friendly sign Pisces. And Mars is the natural significator of the 3rd house. So your self-effort will increase. Your courage will go up. You will feel brave in any decisions that you make. You will have a lot of confidence. People will start to notice you more. You will have a conviction in every decision that you make. Your relationship with your siblings will slowly get better. You might even join a gym, start a new workout program. Your communication skills will get better. They will be to the point. You might say a few words, but they will have a great impact. From the 12th house, Mars will aspect the 6th house, but that will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. So you need to be a bit careful in health-related matters. Do not ignore any health issues. Do not get into arguments with your competitors. Do not take any loans. This is not the time to take more loans. Otherwise, there could be a hard time paying those off. From the 12th house, Mars will aspect the 7th house as well, but that will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So, you might suddenly see some sparks reignited in your marriage. If there was not much romance left, then suddenly sparks might be reignited. You might suddenly feel very attracted towards your spouse again. You might suddenly be very thankful and have a lot of gratitude of having a spouse. And your bond will start to increase with your partner. Also, for those who are in a business partnership, they might do very well and they might make a lot of good business decisions. Although, you should not do anything in haste, because Mars is a hasty and fiery planet. So you need to be careful in any decision that you make, and you need to do proper analysis before making a decision. But you might see a lot of growth and even gains in your business activities. So overall, this transit of Mars is looking to be good for my Capricorn friend, because Mars will soon be transiting to the sign Capricorn itself and will get exalted. So whenever a planet goes to a sign before its exaltation sign, it becomes very happy. it is very content. So overall, it is going to be a good time for my Capricorn friends. All right, for my 11th sign, Aquarius. So for Aquarius, Mars will transit in your 11th house, in the house of gains. So you might start seeing gains from multiple sources of income. Your social network will start supporting you more. Your elder siblings will start respecting you, and they will come out in support of you. Your long-term wishes might slowly start getting fulfilled. From the 11th house, Mars will aspect the 2nd house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Pisces. So your wealth and bank balance will start jumping. You might reconnect with your extended family and might go on a nice picnic, a vacation, maybe a short distance journey, and there might be a lot of good, happy moments. You might also eat a lot of good and tasty food. Your speech will also be very mesmerizing, and people will be drawn to you. From the 11th house, Mars will aspect the 5th house, but that will be on the enemy sign Gemini. Here is where you need to be careful is in terms of love relationship. Do not suddenly get into a relationship before knowing that person, or that could lead to issues. Do not invest suddenly in the stock market, or you might face losses. Do not get into arguments if you have children. Do not get into arguments or disputes with them, or they could get worse. But if you are careful in these matters, then nothing major is seen. From the 11th house, Mars will aspect the 6th house, but it will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So Mars is also the natural significator or the natural karaka of the 6th house. So it can help you to ward off any diseases. It can help you to win over your competitors. It can help you to win lawsuits. It can give you that boost and motivation to work hard in your daily routine job. And you will feel a lot of satisfaction in that. So overall, this transit is looking to be very good for my Aquarius friends. All right, for my 12th sign, Pisces. For Pisces, Mars will transit in your 10th house, in the house of job and profession. And it will be in its friendly sign, Sagittarius. So you can expect a lot of improvement in your job and profession. If you are feeling stagnated, then things are about to change. Also, if you're unemployed, then I highly recommend keep applying and you might land that dream job of yours. Also, if you are in a good job, then keep working hard and you might even get a promotion or a salary increment. And even a bonus is likely on the cards because Mars gets directional strength in the 10th house. So it is a beautiful combination. From the 10th house, Mars will aspect your 1st house, meaning the Lagna. So it will aspect Pisces itself. So your aura is going to get powerful. You will have a commanding and majestic personality. Your personality will be so strong and powerful that people will stand and salute you. They will be in awe of your personality because Mars is aspecting your Lagna. So even if you say a few words, they will have a lot of impact. They will have a lot of impact on each and every one you interact with. From the 10th house, Mars will aspect the 4th house. This is where you need to be a bit careful because it will fall on the enemy sign Gemini. So be careful in dealing or in your relationship with your mother. If you get into arguments, then it could lead to some misunderstandings. Also, be careful of not suddenly investing in a new home. This is not the time to suddenly buy a house or buy a new vehicle. This is the time to play it cool. Keep it down low and do not invest a lot of money in any type of major things such as house, cars, any fixed valuable things that cost a lot of money. So play it safe in those areas. From the 10th house, Mars will also aspect the 5th house, and that will fall on the friendly sign Cancer. So if you're single, this is the time you might come across someone you get attracted to, and you might even get into a relationship, and that person might be very dominant or aggressive because of the effect of Mars. If you have any children, your relationship with them will improve. You might go on a nice adventure outing with them. There will be a lot of enthusiasm and motivation. If you had invested in the stock market in the past, now you might see some gains as well. So overall, this transit of Mars is looking exceptional for the Pisces people. So I wish you all the best.